welcome to SingleTrack Session number 26 in Bomber Studio here in lovely Ogden, Utah. Bluebird Day.
Yep, it's nice out.
Air quality's on point today here.
It's pretty close.
In our area.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joel just got back from a run on the trail. He's got a little mud on him.
Yeah, fell down pretty good.
Couple little
boo-boos.
red spots. Might be some blood area that came through.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a little bit later in this episode, talk about trail conditions and etiquette for this time of year.
Yeah, it's important.
Which is very important. But yeah, beautiful right now. Cold, no cloud cover. Like I said, Bluebird Day, but it just looks beautiful out.
It is.
And we'll just kind of get after it today. I mean, I looked at some stats last night, early this morning, I should say. And this is Wednesday, February 15th, the day before the launch.
Right.
And by the weekend, we'll be at 300,000 downloads.
That's amazing.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I always keep track of that. I'm kind of a geek when it comes to that stuff. I like these round numbers. Not that like 275 wasn't cool, but 300
that gets you upset, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, I'm not the guy that runs in the parking lot to hit the exact mileage. But I like the numbers. I'm a numbers guy. Last show we just launched on Tuesday. Joel was solo.
Yep.
With Monica DeVries from Rabbit.
Right.
That was episode 71.
She's also Santa Barbara running.
Yep.
She co-owns that.
That's awesome. Santa Barbara's beautiful.
Yeah, it sounds really cool.
Yeah.
She was selling me on it. Except for May and June, it sounds like it gets kind of foggy.
Oh, really?
Like that coastal fog.
Okay.
So don't go those 2 months.
Man, I went to Santa Barbara for a soccer clinic when I was, holy cow, junior high age for a whole week. Stayed in the dorms there.
Right.
That's Santa Barbara, University of California, Santa Barbara.
UC Santa Barbara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, man, when you're just a junior high-aged kid in California playing soccer for a week, man, that was insane.
I'm sure.
That's my only Santa Barbara reference I got, unfortunately.
I like it.
But maybe I'll have to get out there to run on some trails sometime. So
that would be fun.
Great show. Best part about it, though, you still have like a week, maybe week and a half to go on Rabbit, and we have a discount code.
We do. If you enter Trail Manners in the checkout, you get 20% off.
And I've already done that.
Yeah.
I went and got the Gun Show tank top.
Nice.
I couldn't help myself.
I know. You had to get that.
And I got the red, white, and blue one. And it's already here.
Nice.
And I put it on.
Yeah.
And I do not look good in tank tops, I decided. I don't think I wore a tank top.
Sun on the shoulders, right?
I don't even know if that's going to work. I haven't wore a tank top since like junior year of high school.
Yeah. Well, it was cool back then.
It was cool. And I was svelte.
Yeah.
Now not so much.
Right.
Hopefully to get there to where I can wear it with a little bit of pride.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just going to be one of those summer early morning runs.
Where
only you can see me.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's good looking, man. It's solid. So, yeah, you want to hit up that episode 71 with Rabbit. Again, 20% off your cart.
And it's only for the month of February.
Yeah, so don't forget that. February 2017. So those of you that are listening to this show and it's 2022, it doesn't count for that month of February. Sorry.
Right.
And then next up, man, we have got a humdinger of an episode coming out next Tuesday.
It's fun.
Episode 72 with a gentleman that maybe not a lot of you are familiar with.
Right.
Gabe Joyce.
Right.
Little did we know, he's the inventor of trail running.
He is.
So you're going to have to listen to this show.
Yeah.
I mixed it. We've already recorded. I've mixed it, and it is hilarious.
We had a good time.
We did.
We had a lot of fun.
We were back at Park City Run Company, which is our home away from home.
Yep.
And Canis was nice enough. A late night brewed me a whole pot of coffee.
Right.
Which I almost killed.
Yep.
But man, that was a fun show.
It was.
Gabe is such a good kid.
He is. He's a good guy. Fast runner too.
Oh yeah. And you'll see more of him, and we talk about some of his experience, and he's got Hard Rock coming up this year.
He does.
But what a fun show that was.
Yeah, he talks about the Lander running scene.
Yep,
and talks about the rough and tumble race that they have.
Sink Canyon rough and tumble race in Lander.
And they have 3 distances. They got a 4-miler, 11-miler, and a 50K.
Yep.
And it sounds like the 50K is where it's at.
You know what? I looked at that because I'm going to register. I decided that.
Right.
$50.
Yeah, that's a good deal. Okay, it's
I looked at that.
$1 a
I was like, "Holy cow, that is ridiculous."
That's a good deal.
I'll recycle a few cans, register for the race.
There you go. Go pull some copper from somewhere.
Yeah, right. I mean, there's a construction site near my house. So, but what a great show that's going to be. He was down for Rufa.
He was
running up for air, which
Just happened.
And it was kind of looks like it was an interesting 24-hour, 12-hour, 6-hour, however many people were going at it. The pictures look cool.
The weather was a bit spicy.
Yeah, we had Curtis Thompson shot a photo of him up in an expedition tent on the peak. Stayed the Friday night to get ready, and that had to have been chilly and moist, right?
Yeah,
with the rain and slush and snow and right on that peak, but. Yeah, so Jared Campbell did Running Up for Air Rufa, which is such a great cause.
Heard nothing but good things from that event.
Yeah, and it's Jared Campbell, right? I mean, the guy has done events.
Yeah.
He knows how to put them on.
He's no newbie.
He is not a newbie. And we had some good friends there, Luke Nilsson, Turtle Miller. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Yeah, Power Stash was there.
Power Stash.
Yep.
Brad Sween,
Yep.
Jeremy Hatt. I mean, there's the list goes on and on. Tara Warren.
Yeah, I was going to say Miss Mama Warren was there.
Yeah, Jenilyn Eaton. Just a slew. And if we missed you, sorry. But there's a lot of people there. Jared Garr, I'll throw him out there.
Yeah, he was there.
He's a local guy, too. But looks like a cool event. So you have to have the results weren't up yet when I was launching this show, so I don't have any of the beta for that. But it was more for fun, though, right? Except for the guys who got competitive.
Right.
A really good cause. And so we talk about things that happen throughout the week. That's kind of what SingleTrack Session's for. And I Ultimate Direction and Ultra Running magazine have come out with top FKTs for the year.
Oh, that's right.
They do male and female.
Right.
And I, of course, wasn't following all of them because there's so many of them.
Right.
But I did come across one that just really caught my attention that I didn't know about. Her name is Sue Johnston.
Okay, and who is she?
She's 51. She lives, I think, back east New Hampshire, I'm going to say, because of where this happened.
Right.
I think she's won Hard Rock a couple times.
So she's got a pretty good pedigree.
She does have a pretty good pedigree. She has run to Barkley, and I don't know if she still does, but at one point she'd done the most laps for a female.
Okay.
She did. I never heard of this before, so you're going to have to bear with me for a minute. Again, I'm a Utah boy. New Hampshire, first person to complete the New Hampshire grid.
Okay, and so what is that?
What is the New Hampshire grid, you ask? The New Hampshire grid means you summited the 48 4,000 peaks.
So there's So in the state of New Hampshire, their high point is 4,000 feet on their mountains, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's 4,000 foot peaks there.
Okay, maybe they got a 5,000 foot peak in there, here and there, right?
Something like that.
Maybe not.
But that's not just what she does. She's like, well, that's pretty cool, and I've done it before.
Yeah, that would be hard in itself.
But what she did is she did this in one. Okay, so she did it in a calendar year. So here's what happens: she summited 48 4,000 foot peaks,
right,
once every month for a year. Now,
so how many peaks is that?
That is 576 peaks.
That's a lot. Now, did they give an elevation gain on that? That would have been even cooler.
Yeah, I don't. They might have. I don't have that. I just went kind of just the bullet point stuff. But I was trying to wrap my mind around that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, that's 48.
That's like one a day.
Yeah, it's more than that, right? 48.
But you know what I mean? That's like one a day. That's one a day.
Yeah, 48. It's 576 peaks total, and
every day for a year.
That's almost 2 a day.
Yeah, you're summiting every day for a year.
Good God, 48, 4,000 foot peaks every month, once a month for the year. That's unbelievable, man. Like, I cannot wrap my head around that.
Yeah, that's a lot of hiking and running and being out in the nature.
Because it's all year, so they got those crazy, like, muggy months.
They get some gnarly winters,
and there's some photos with her on snowshoes. Yeah, just crazy. That is, hats off, Sue.
I know. She killed it.
That's amazing. And there's more. I think right now, today, we're launching the show. They're at number 3. Okay. And we'll get into that. So there's a couple more left. But yeah, that wasn't even a top 4. It might have been top number 4 out of 3. Out of whatever, how many.
But is that an FKT?
Yeah.
I think there needs to be another category for what she did. Because that's really not a fastest known time. That's I don't even know how to describe it.
It's like its own category. Because it is an FKT. She's done the fastest known time for the grid for, I mean, yeah, I guess I get what you're saying. It's not technically an FKT of doing them. But she
did the most.
She did. What she did is ridiculous, man.
Right.
That's just crazy.
She's like the badassery of the year.
She won. There we go. That's it. I like that one.
Right.
So the Trail Manners Badassery of the Year award right now for 2016 goes to Sue Johnston.
Pretty much.
And speaking of FKTs, and races and fast people.
Yeah.
They had that Tarawera down in Australia, right?
No,
New Zealand.
No.
Where's
Zealand.
that? There we
Yeah,
go.
New Zealand.
I messed that up again.
Right. That's okay.
Jim Walmsley came away with the win there.
Yeah.
Not necessarily surprising.
Did you see some of the videos of him running?
He ran first from finish to start to finish, right?
Yeah, again.
Yeah, again.
Again.
And just crushed it.
But did you see some of the videos of him running?
Not
it
all
was
of it.
so impressive.
Was he just sprinting the whole time?
It looks like it.
Yeah. And that's why
to
he
him,
cuts
he's
holes in
not.
his shirts,
Yeah,
right? For
exactly.
aerodynamics. It
Right.
says it's
He
slowing
starts
down.
off with the shirt just, it's intact.
Yeah.
And on the way, just wind shear.
Yeah, wind
right?
shear and little flame.
Just like little kiwi birds are going through it, right?
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That
and
is
then
so crazy.
on the women's side, too.
Yeah.
Was it tall blonde lady? Camille?
Yeah.
Heron?
Something like
Heron? No. Oh, man, we dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah.
But anyways, she was killing it. She was running fast, too. I saw some video of her. She looked really good.
No holes
she was
in her
top
shirt, though.
10 for a good part of the race.
Really?
Yeah. No holes in the shirt. She had just, little shorty shorts and like a jog bra on. So she was all super
aerodynamic.
Aerodynamic,
too.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's just crazy stuff. Just crazy stuff. And we'll get into a few more.
Yeah, she ran fast and set the course record, just like Walmsley
Just
did.
Walmsley.
Yeah.
And you know what? It just seems like more and more you're going to see more course records fall as we go.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's just the pedigree of runner,
Mm-hmm.
the training, everything has changed so much. I mean, you got, your gear's quote unquote better, your nutrition, hydration's
Right.
better than say 20 years ago when they were
think it's just
taking
the
canteens and
quality of the competition that's coming
and
in.
they push each other.
Right, and they're starting to push each other
and there's
hard.
money
Yeah.
starting to become some money, not just in the
Speaking
races.
of that, right?
Not just
What's
races.
going on with Speed Goat?
He's got
Carl?
something up his sleeve.
He does.
I didn't reply because the first thing says as an elite runner, and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah. That was really weird.
Yeah.
That very cryptic message he put out
He
there.
likes to do that, though.
He does, right?
Yeah.
I just kind of leave it ambiguous and see what comes out of the responses. So his thing was, would you come out and run a race to win $30,000?
Yeah.
And I think most people said yes so far.
Yeah. Well, I think, and a lot of them was like, if it was right, the course was right, it
Yeah.
was run right. If it was like a quality thing.
Right. And then once you if you start following along in the comments, and I tried not to read all of them because I would still be there reading
Yeah.
them because it's that many comments. It seems like the total purse is $160,000.
Unreal.
And then the top male and top female are going to get $30,000. So that leaves, to go 10 deep into the field with more money, which is pretty impressive.
I need to start training. I need
And
a
then,
coach.
I did read a couple comments about the course, and some people are like, well, yeah, if it's flat, I'll do it. And I'm like, no. To be honest, and I might upset some of our non-mountainous runner friends that listen to the show, 100-mile racing was born in the mountains. This race needs to be in the mountains.
Well, and if Carl's talking about it,
Yeah.
it's not going to be.
It's not going to be Florida.
Well, and the other thing I recognized and noticed was he kept bringing up like UTMB. So
Yeah.
it makes me wonder if it's going to be that time frame.
I think so. I believe
so
it's going to be that
you
time
either
frame.
go here or you go here.
Right, exactly.
And so I don't know. I'm interested to follow this and
See what
comes up.
sponsors pulling some money out. I don't know if it's going to be, freaking Red Bull, the Red Bull 100,
Yeah.
Red
Never
Bull
know.
Hoka combo.
Yeah, he's got some sponsors.
He's got some money coming in somewhere for this.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
That's going to be
And to
crazy.
see where he's doing it, too, because, you're trying to think off
That's
the
what
top
I
of your
did.
head. You're like, okay, so where can this be done, right? Where you can get permits.
Have the distance that flows.
And then exactly the flow of
year.
it, the time of year, and if you can handle a large participation.
Oh yeah,
right?
if you're giving away that kind of money, there's going to be some spectators too. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well,
'Cause-
let's say you get a couple hundred runners. Can the course handle that?
Yeah.
Right?
I like the one comment some guy made. He goes, "This is going to be like 3 laps on the Speed Goat course."
Yeah, no. Definitely not.
Carl's like, "No."
Yeah, no.
But that made me throw up one in my mouth.
That
when I
would
read
definitely
that.
eliminate quite a few runners.
Yeah, I would eliminate a lot of things.
Yeah. I'm thinking more like bear type of course,
Yeah.
or maybe less elevation gain, kind of like Zion, where you get that 13,000 feet of elevation change.
Yeah, it's got to
Something like
be.
that.
It's got to have some good elevation to it.
Yeah,
I
I
just
think somewhere between 10 to 15,000 feet of elevation gain would be fair.
But I just think with Carl though, I'm curious. to the extent, because you can't make it too hard
No.
to where you wouldn't bring in some of the top runners.
You don't want it
for
to be like
different
a
reasons.
25,000-foot climb.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That'd be tough.
That would eliminate a lot of people.
That would. And
But, I mean, if you look at Casey Lichtig, she proved that she could do it.
Yeah.
She lives in Nebraska.
Yeah. Well, and then the guy last year had the article. It's been out all over social media how he trained for Western States on a treadmill all year.
Yeah,
So
exactly. It can be done.
I guess if you do it the right way and you're smart enough, you can do it. But yeah, we'll definitely be following that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, well, me and Joel will be play by play. We're in
That would be-
backpacks with mics on her. So we're running alongside. Nobody.
That would be funny.
he just chucked some gel.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're following that for sure. And since we'll stick to Carl a little bit, because there's a lot of things going on. He's got his film that he did, the AT. It's Made to Be Broken.
Right.
It's going to be showing here at University of Utah at the Huntsman Cancer Institute on February 21st. I think
Right.
there's still some tickets left. I got my ticket.
That's on the Tuesday, I
It's
believe.
like $10, and it's
Yeah.
100% of the proceeds go to the Huntsman Cancer Institute.
That's cool.
So it's really cool to begin with. So he's
Right.
got that coming up. Again, that's February 21st
Right.
here in Utah,
Yep.
Huntsman Cancer Institute. And, kind of regressing a little bit back to the UD Ultimate Direction Ultra Running Magazine, most notable FKTs.
Right.
His AT came in at number 3.
Right.
I'm excited. I mean, you got to think Walmsley
Is
in the
number
Grand
1.
Canyon is there, but I'm trying to think what the other one would be off the top of my head because they come
Don't
up.
know.
But I mean, 45 days, 22 hours, 38 minutes on the 8.
That's a lot of running.
That is. So we'll see what the next 2 are because that's going to be interesting. So yeah, a lot going on with Mr. Meltzer right now.
Right.
He's got his little stirring the cookie jar a little bit, the bee's nest with his new race and everything else that's coming out. And then a couple quick things. Trail etiquette this time of year.
Yeah.
Very important here where we're at because we had this massive snow, heat, rain.
Lots of rain last weekend.
Yeah, trails are sloppy.
It's so weird. Well, it's not weird. It just makes sense. So early in the morning, if you go out early in the morning, it's still frozen at this point. But then it's that sweet, sweet sun warms up the trail. It gets muddy so fast.
Yep.
Crazy fast. I ran yesterday in the middle of the day, and I turned around.
Yeah, when you ran today.
I ran today at 10 a.m., and parts of the trail was frozen and parts of it was muddy, and I was able to skirt the mud except for one point when I fell in it.
Yeah. You had to test it out.
Make sure it was soft.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
how deep is this?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you get out early mornings, it's still kind of frozen enough to where it's not bad. Just not just be careful running, but just let's be safe. Let's be careful with what we do to the trails.
Yeah, because
right?
it's getting chewed up.
It is. I mean, I really recommend bikes not getting out on them right now. They leave a little bit
please don't.
more, ruts and stuff.
Yeah.
And even on foot, you got to be careful. You want to not tear them up because someone's got to take care of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I mean, it takes a long time for those ruts to get worn down again
Yep.
after they happen. So just
So have some etiquette.
courteous.
Yeah, be courteous. Know where you're at, what your kind of rules and everything are. In not necessarily rules, I guess, but kind of what do you call that? Your feel good. Yeah, it's your etiquette, I guess. Is the
it
best
is.
way
It's
to put
trail
it.
etiquette. Just be kind and courteous to everybody else that wants to use it. Everybody's itching to get out there on the dirt.
Yeah, especially when you see that dirt for us, especially.
Yeah.
And then the weather, the sun comes out.
Yep.
When you're not running at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Right.
But so yeah, just be smart. Let's not tear them up. Let's keep them sweet, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to read a few things here because I came across this too, and it's
Okay.
on. You can look it up. It's on competitor.com.
All right.
It came out in like 2014, but it's been updated.
Okay.
So why run 100 miles?
Yeah, why?
Because if you've run a 100-miler and you're in the office next to the water cooler, people ask you, why would you do that?
Yeah, and
Like
it's
that-
hard to explain sometimes.
It is. And so they interviewed, quick little interviews, and I'm going to read some explanations who said it and what they said and keep it short. But, they had Joe Grant, and he
Okay.
just said it's a rewarding process. The
Yep.
whole process to get to that point is just rewarding.
It is.
So super quick boom hitter. Darcy, she said it's hard to put into words.
True.
But you form a bond with people on the trails, which is one of her favorite things about it.
Yeah.
You figure, if you run 100 milers, at some point you get kind of locked in your group of people.
You do.
Your same pace, and you just flip flop with them, and you talk, and a lot of them you don't know.
Right.
And so you form these bonds with people that you pretty much carry amazingly the rest of your life if you so choose. Killian, his was good. He says in the mountains, you know why he does it? Because you're in the mountains, far out away from everything.
Yep.
You feel like you're actually a part of it.
That's true.
You know, a part of those mountains.
There was a good Radio West. So here locally in Utah, we have a program called Radio West on NPR. It airs 9:00 every day, or Monday through Friday. Doug Fabrizio does it, and they had a show this week where they were talking about how when you go outside, you automatically feel better. You automatically become just a hair smarter, right? And the whole hour was dedicated to that. And it was a really good show. I recommend you go back and you listen to it. They have a really good podcast. So Radio West, Doug Fabrizio. It aired this week. I don't remember the name of it, but the topic was, being outside, being in nature, and just how it impacts you mentally.
Wow, that's awesome. More people could use that. I could
think
name
so.
a few people that need it right now, too. So that's really cool. And then the next up was Timothy Olson, and he said it's kind of a spiritual journey out there, and you can go deep to see what you can accomplish. And I think a lot of people do that. It's like kind of see what you're capable of, right? What you can do.
Right.
Like quit putting boundaries on yourself and
True.
Put yourself in a box. Jared Campbell, he said it like a spreadsheet, and I love Jared. He says, I like the variables. And right away, I was thinking math.
Oh, man.
But he says he likes the variables, and he says one of his favorite things is challenging is running through the night. It's just different.
It is.
Right?
It's so different.
And that's why part of why he enjoys it. And he's done that a few times.
One or two.
Next up was Anton.
Yeah.
And he says it brings you into a simplified existence of just moving forward. It's just
That's
simple.
true.
All you need to do is move forward.
Let's move forward.
Everything else is not relevant really at that point. So simplicity. Scott Jurek had a great one. Doing things that are big and extraordinary. You have the experience that opens you up to new possibilities.
Right.
Right. And I think that is pretty much what it is. Because when you're done, you kind of question, hey, I just did that.
Right.
And then the last one they had on there was Mr. Ricky Gates. He said, pushing your body to a limit that is way beyond what people think is humanly possible.
That's true.
And I think that is an easy. And God, even saying these now with the hundreds, and now what's getting big, 200 miles,
which is so hard to wrap my mind around.
Right. And at one time, same thing, 100 miler. You're like, I can't wrap my mind around that.
Yeah, but
the more
you run 100 miles, you know what you feel like at 100 miles.
Yeah, because you've done it.
Can you imagine what that would feel like at 130, 150, 175 miles?
But I remember my first 50 miler, and I thought, there is no freaking way I could finish the race. There's no way I could turn around and go back to the start. Yeah. No friggin' way. But I think it's just as things evolve, as you see more, read more, hear about more, it is that next progression almost for those people that really are looking to see what they can accomplish.
I know, but
it's a huge undertaking, and I can't wrap my head around it.
Like just taking that time off, right, from work.
Oh yeah,
that's like a week off of work
before the race, during the race, and the recovery.
Yeah, exactly. And then let's be honest, those entry fees are not cheap.
Yeah, they're not.
200 milers. It's a big production. I know. I understand why it costs that much, but man, that's a owie on the pocketbook.
Yeah, it really is.
And I don't think they're giving away free entries into those things.
No, they're not comping anybody for those, man.
Right?
The spots are limited to begin with.
Yeah.
And there's enough crazies out there that are ready to drop it and go.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And more power to them. I think it's awesome. I can't say that's something I ever want to do.
I want to get a 200-mile finisher from a race on the show.
That would be pretty cool.
I have so many questions. I've watched video, read blogs.
We talked to Eric Johnston. You know, he's run pretty far.
He's run those crazy in this winter and
right. But we haven't talked. We need to talk to Candace. Candace.
Oh, Candace Burt. Yeah.
Candace Burt. We need to get her on the show.
Yeah, because it's a production, like you said, and I just love to get in the brain and figure some of that out. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of on my high in the sky thing.
I'm gonna call her up. We're going to get on the show.
Here we go. Joel's ready. He's got his flip phone out.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then some other things kind of winding down the week. The Bear 100 is officially full.
More than full, huh?
And there's a wait list of over 50 people.
That's amazing. That kind of happens right after Wasatch, right? You don't get drawn for Wasatch. The next thing you know, Bear is full.
And it kind of cracks me up that I've seen some comments that people are upset that it filled so quickly.
Well, duh.
And you almost wonder, do you not pay attention?
Yeah, you must not.
It filled up.
The smartest cookie in the shed.
It's going to fill up, and you just got to take that risk.
You do.
Do a Joel. Pull the double. The Wasatch.
Yeah, this
Bear.
is the year to do it. There's 3 weeks apart. You got if you want to do the double, this is the year for
This
it.
would have been the year to do it, but too late now if you're
That's
thinking about
right.
it. So
50 deep, you're probably not going to get in.
Yep. So your chances are not really solid there.
No, not unless they can actually bump that permit, which who knows.
Who knows? Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, I mean that's kind of the main hitters. I mean, you just came out with the Gear Garage with the Rabbit Quadzilla shorts.
Yeah.
Is the one that's up.
Let's see. I think we'll have a Solomon shoe on this week.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
That S-Lab Sense Ultra.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful.
It is. It's a comfy shoe.
Yeah, I put about 50 miles in, so I'm ready to review them.
And then we have a lot more products that we're going to be reviewing. We've got some companies reaching out to us to do some reviews on product, and we'll be, the thing is we can't just get a product and throw out a review. We got to test it. We got to put it through the paces.
Thoroughly.
Yeah, we don't want to put something out after a short amount of time. So.
Exactly. And to be honest, sometimes we've gotten a couple things that we've tested and we're like, we can't review this.
Yeah.
Because we don't want them to have that bad of a review.
Yeah, and it's not like we've got to remember that we're going to review things that we believe in.
Exactly.
Right? And I'll take that back. We only will review things we believe in, and once we review them, we want to make sure they're great reviews, and we never want to do harm to anybody. Right?
No, we always give
feedback.
We give feedback to the company.
Yep, we give them feedback, and we just choose not to. So,
yeah,
there's things that we don't review. We've had people reach out to us, and
right.
there's things we just prefer not to review that maybe aren't in the wheelhouse of what we want to do or what we want to test or what we think is relevant.
We've had a company reach out to us and say, "Hey, would you do a product review on this?" And we both looked at each other and said, "No."
No offense to them either.
Yeah.
But it's just, we want to
It's not something we would use.
Yeah, or endorse or things like that.
Yeah.
And we're not going to, even though there's a lot of companies out there, we just want to keep it to what we're comfortable with and
right.
what we think our listeners would enjoy. So
yeah, that's the most important thing. We want to make sure the listeners
don't want to compromise it just
we
based
want
on
to make
product.
sure that they get some valuable information out of it.
Yeah, and again, if we're going to review something, we want to make sure they get valuable stuff out of it too.
Yep.
That's why we do it. Let's see what else we got going on. The Ogden Trail Festival. I think we have 2 seats left in the house. Yeah.
Wow.
So grab you and your significant other.
That's right.
But we also we're not going to bring it up on this episode. We want to fine line the details. But Turtle Miller.
Yeah.
He bought 2 tickets.
He did
for the show.
Yeah.
And he wants to raffle one off, I guess is the best way to put it. eBay one off, highest bidder for his favorite charity.
Right,
So
which is, I think, a legit charity. It's not like Strippers Are Us.
Yeah, something Turtle would be into, like
exactly.
Redo my sprintervan.com.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a legit charity.
Yeah.
And
by the way, did you see that helmet that Turtle had on for Rufa?
The nuts one?
The nut job or whatever? That was awesome.
Well, and he just sent us another picture.
Weigh-in.
Yeah, so he's dropping smell bees.
He did.
Even though he didn't get into Wasatch, he's doing the Run Rabbit Run.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But yeah, so there's a couple spots left for that. Again, it's still growing. We're still doing some things, waiting on our permit. Hopefully, I'll hear in the next day or two.
That'd
is my
nice.
hope.
Right, to get
so we
that
can launch
information.
that registration.
Right,
that would be sweet. We got a lot of things there. We do have a few sponsor spots open.
Couple
left. If you want to be a sponsor of the Ogden Trail Running Festival, let us know.
Right,
it's gonna be a blast. We're gonna have a good time for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing we did a post on, but I want to encourage our listeners, if you have a moment, I know it's not the easiest thing sometimes to do, but if you go onto iTunes, just give us a review. Yeah. I would say a nice review, but nice review. But give us a review.
That's my favorite thing is reading them.
They're the best, man.
Yeah.
They really are.
Because they crack me up.
They do crack me up too. They're riots. So if you have time, head on over to iTunes.
Yeah.
Rate our show. They have the star thing, and they also have you can leave a comment.
Please leave us a comment. That's my favorite thing.
We love that. It's just a little something. We're just asking for a little something.
Right.
And then we want to give a shout out to Ashley from Michigan, placing an order. She got a shirt and a coaster.
Love it.
Orders have been kind of on the decline the last few weeks.
We don't have like any new products. We need to get some new product out.
And it's after Christmas. People are broke.
I understand that. Well, everybody's buying like rabbit gear.
Yeah, I know, right? We're telling them to go buy rabbit. They buy rabbit gear. And
well, I mean, we're not getting any kickback from rabbits. No. That's important to mention.
Yeah, we're not getting anything.
Yeah.
The only thing
we
get
just like their
is
stuff.
our gear.
Yeah.
So we're looking to get some new stuff in for sure, but we need money to do that.
Right. We'll get some new stuff in late spring, I think.
Yeah. So there's still some stuff there, but thanks, Ashley. Yeah. And then a special shout out to Mark.
Yeah.
And we know Mark. All we know about Mark is he's a Kiwi winemaker from the southwest of France.
Yeah. So he's from New Zealand, but he makes wine and he lives in southwest France.
Yeah.
And he sent us a really nice message.
Yeah, just a little contact us. Hey, guys. And it was really cool.
It was.
So we want to say thanks, Mark. We really do appreciate messages from the listeners.
We do.
It's always a good time. And then kind of wrapping it down, ending it out, send us your photos for the SingleTrack session.
Right.
We love to see those so we can add them into this post when we post them on our website, Facebook, all those Instagram, all those fun things.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely give you photo credit. We like to know a little bit about where you were, just so people know. But yeah, send us some photos. We love those. And then I think last but not least is I think that's pretty much it. Join us on the Strava page, Trail Manners.
Yep.
That crew is growing. But yeah, a lot of stuff coming up. We're fully booked here for quite some time. Got to actually recording a show tonight with another guest we won't mention yet.
Right.
But we're pretty booked out almost until we show up to Buffalo Run again. You know, which is. And speaking of, there's a lot of races coming up. Moab Red Hot.
In 2 days, yeah.
In 2 days, we got
Canyon
Black Canyon in a couple days. So now we're in it.
Yeah, this is it's officially kicked off now. This weekend officially kicks it off, and it's go time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, that's it for this week. SingleTrack Session number 26. Thanks again for all your support. Thanks for listening to the show, and please make sure you tune in next Tuesday for the inventor of trail running, Gabe Joyce.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one.
You're going to like it.
All right, thanks, guys.